You say you want to be rich, then prove it. Prove it with your actions, not your words. Everyone talks about making money, but most of them are just running their mouths while wasting their lives. Let me be clear, itches don't come from talking. They come from executing. They come from bleeding, grinding, showing up when you're tired, focused when others are distracted. You want to be rich. It's not a dream, it's a strategy. And if you don't have one, you're just another pawn in the game getting played. Most of you will never see serious money because you're addicted to comfort. You sleep too much, you party too often, you scroll all day, consume useless content, waste time with people who do nothing for your progress. You treat life like it's a rehearsal, and you wonder why you're stuck in the same place year after year. Let me tell you the truth. Your time is your most valuable asset, and if you waste it, you waste your future. Time is more important than money because you can never get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. The rich don't just spend money differently. They spend time differently. Every hour counts. Every moment has a purpose. While others are relaxing, the wealthy are building, learning, and executing. Discipline is the foundation. You can't get rich without it. There is no success without sacrifice. There's no freedom without obsession. Look at the habits of broke people. Now do the opposite. They waste money, they waste energy, and they complain about things they can control. The rich don't operate like that. They take control. They don't care how they feel. They do what needs to be done. You think the winners of this world feel like grinding every day? No. They've simply made discipline a part of their identity. They don't negotiate with laziness. They kill it. Now let's talk about your environment. Who you surround yourself with will determine your financial destiny. If you're around losers, you're next in line. It's that simple. You can't stay broke when your circle is filled with killers. High-level people will force you to elevate or get left behind. They won't tolerate weakness, and that pressure creates growth. But if everyone around you is lazy, broke, and stuck in excuses, you'll sink with them, cut the dead weight. Your future is too valuable to waste it entertaining mediocrity. You want to win big, then learn to delay gratification. The broke mindset wants it now. Pleasure now, fun now, approval now. The rich mindset plays long-term games, sacrifice now, build now, dominate now so you can own your time later. That's how generational wealth is created, not from luck, from patience, consistency, and ruthless focus. You don't get rich by chance. You get rich by becoming a machine. Too many of you are scared to take risks. You want safety, but you also want success. That's not how this works. Safety is an illusion. Playing it safe is just slow failure. If you never step out of your comfort zone, you will never step into your potential. Get used to fear, get comfortable with discomfort. That's where real money lives. Every wealthy man had to risk something. Time, comfort, reputation, energy. If you're too scared to fail, you're too weak to win. Most of you were brainwashed into thinking a job is the way out. A job is a leash. A job gives you just enough money to survive, not thrive. It makes you dependent. You trade your time for pennies while building someone else's dream. That's not wealth. That's modern slavery with better lighting. If you want to be rich, you have to build something that works for you while you sleep. A business, a system, an asset, a brand, something that creates income without needing your constant presence. Until then, you're not free. Learn to shut up and execute. Everyone wants to talk. Everyone wants to post. Everyone wants validation. You don't need applause. You need results. Keep your mouth closed and your moves private. Let your work speak. While they flex fake watches and rented cars, you build quietly. You stack your cash. You multiply your assets. And when you show up with power, not noise. Power. That's the difference between those who fake success and those who own it. Money isn't complicated. It's emotional people who make it complicated. Master your emotions, master your money. If you can't control your impulses, your need to impress others, your reactions to setbacks, you'll always be broke. Emotions make you soft, logic makes you rich, money flows to the rational. It respects structure, consistency, precision. Emotional spending, emotional quitting, emotional investing, that's how people lose. You want to win, think like a chess player, not a gambler. Stop reacting, start calculating, and finally understand this. No one's coming to save you, not the government, not your job, not your family. Not your friends. You're alone in this, and the faster you accept that, the faster you'll rise. Rich people know that they are the only ones responsible for their success. They don't look for handouts. They don't play the victim. They take ownership of everything. That's why they win. Because when you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life, you finally start building it yourself. You've got to understand that being rich isn't about making a little more money, it's about changing who you are at the core. You can't just do what you've always done and expect wealth to fall in your lap. Riches come to those who transform in how they think, how they move, how they react, how they plan, and how they control the chaos around them. Most people lose not because they're not capable, but because they refuse to become the version of themselves that wealth responds to. You think you're going to make millions being the same version of you that wastes time, avoids discomfort, and seeks entertainment over education. Never. You want to be rich, then everything in your life has to become intentional. Your mornings, your habits, your sleep, your food, your inputs, your conversations, everything. Rich people don't stumble into success. They live with intensity. They wake up early, not because they're morning people, but because they have something to prove. They don't wait for motivation. They move whether they feel like it or not. That's what separates them from everyone else. Discipline over desire. Purpose over pleasure. That's the formula, and if you don't get that, you will stay broke, period. The broke man wants shortcuts. He wants passive income without putting in the work. He wants to win without sacrifice. He's always looking for the easy way out. That's why he loses. The rich man understands the long game. He's stacking bricks when everyone else is chasing crumbs. He's building foundations while others look for hacks. You don't become rich by skipping steps. You become rich by mastering the steps, repeating them, perfecting them. Boring repetition creates explosive results, but only if you have the stomach for consistency. And while everyone else is looking outward for a solution, the rich look inward. They're not blaming the economy, the system, the government, their upbringing. They're taking responsibility. Every dollar they lack, they see as their fault, not because they're being hard on themselves, but because it gives them power. Blame strips power. Ownership gives it back. If you take full responsibility, you also take full control. That mindset alone separates the wolves from the sheep. You'll never meet a rich man who isn't obsessed with growth. Learning doesn't stop after school. That's a broke mindset. The wealthy are reading, studying, networking, analyzing, constantly upgrading their intelligence. They don't see learning as optional, they see it as survival, because knowledge becomes money when applied. They don't spend their days watching mindless content. They treat their mind like a weapon. They feed it with value, and in return, it pays them back for life. And let me say this loud. If you don't learn to control your circle will control your ceiling. Some of you are broke not because you're lazy, but because you're loyal to the wrong people. You're addicted to familiarity. You'd rather be liked by your broke friends than respected by high. You winners. That's emotional weakness disguised as friendship. Cut it. Get around killers. Get around men who are sharper, richer, more disciplined, more dangerous than you. Let them make you feel small, because that's how you grow. If you're the smartest one in the room, get out of the room. Money doesn't come from doing what you love. It comes from doing what works. The rich don't chase passion. First, they chase strategy. They find what solves problems, what scales, what pays. Passion is a luxury. You earn that freedom after the foundation is built. The man who chases only what feels good ends up with nothing. But the man who masters the boring, who dominates the fundamentals, who outgrinds and outthinks everyone, he ends up with everything. Execution is all that matters. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't move, they're worthless. The rich don't have better ideas, they take faster action. While you're doubting yourself, they've already launched. While you're overthinking, they're testing, tweaking, improving. They live in motion. You live in hesitation. That's why they're ahead, and you're still wondering how they got there. Speed matters. Momentum matters. You can't wait to feel ready. You move, you adjust, and you dominate. Another thing, you better learn to detach from emotions when it comes to money. You don't make smart plays when you're emotional. You make impulsive ones. You chase losses. You spend to impress. You invest based on hype. You quit when things get hard. That's why most people are slaves to the system, because they can't think with clarity. You need to move with logic, cold, calculated, ruthless. Wealth doesn't care how you feel. It responds to patterns, to action, to clarity. You want to win? Start thinking like a sniper, not a gambler, and stop looking for validation. You don't need likes, approval, or applause. You need assets. You need equity. You need leverage. Validation is the addiction of the average man. He posts, he brags, he flexes, and while he's chasing clout, the rich are building empires in silence. The loudest one in the room is usually the weakest. The winners don't need to prove anything, their life does the talking. If you really want to win, stay quiet, stack in silence, work in darkness. Let your lifestyle make the noise when it's time. You have to play the money game to win. That means learning how it works. Most people don't even know how money is created, taxed, protected, multiplied. They just earn it and spend it. That's financial suicide. Rich people learn the rules. They master the game. They don't just make money, they know how to keep it, how to hide it, how to grow it, how to protect it from parasites. If you don't know the rules, you're just a pawn. Start learning. Read, study, learn the laws of wealth like your life depends on it, because it does. And lastly, understand that no one can save you but you. Waiting is death, hoping is weakness, begging is slavery. You have to become your own rescue plan. No mentor, no guru, no course, no friend is going to drag you to the top. They might open the door, but you've still got to walk through it alone. And once you realize that your future is entirely your responsibility, not society's, not your parents', not luck's, then everything changes. You stop wishing, you start building, you stop doubting. You start executing. So here's the truth. If you want to be rich, you've got to stop playing like the rest of the world. No one's going to hand it to you. No one's going to feel sorry for you. And the game doesn't care how hard your past was. The world respects action, not excuses. You either step up or stay broke. You either build the life you want or you become a slave to the one handed to you. It's war out here, between discipline and distraction, power and comfort, the 1% and the 99%. And every single day, you're either winning or you're losing. There's no in between. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another quote. You need to move. You need to grind. You need to become the kind of person who can't be stopped. And if you're willing to become that, willing to give up comfort, silence your weakness, and outwork every version of yourself, you won't just get rich, you'll become dangerous, and that's when the game bends in your favor. That's when you no longer chase money. Money starts chasing you. Now go earn it, go dominate, go take what's yours, because nobody else is going to do it for you.